What up, world? It's your boy LBC back at it again. Let's get right to it. You only live life once, so do what you're passionate about. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. You have one life to live. You know how you want to live while you're here. You know how you want to be remembered when you're gone. You know the impact that you want to make on this earth to leave it a better place than when you arrived here. Know and understand that there's a higher power at play, and don't just live for yourself. Whatever gift, idea, whatever it is that you have to give this world, give it to us. Because what's the point to take it with you to your grave? It's not going to do you or anybody else no good if all your dreams die with you. Don't be a follower, be a student. Take advice but not orders. I'm going to say that again. Don't be a follower, be a student. Take advice but not orders. Take information but don't let someone order your life. Remember, information changes situations. But a lot of people will get caught up and trapped up in living someone else's dogma, which is living the life of other people's thinking. So if, say, for example, if you want to be an artist, but your mom and dad's like, oh, we ran track, your dad played basketball, you're going to at least play some sport, you're going to play football. That's living someone else's life, because at the end of the day, whenever it gets hard and it's time to persevere, because life is tough and you're going to face some adversity, you're going to have to persevere through some things. If you don't love what you're doing, you're more likely to quit. So this is why it's so important to chase your passion, chase your dream. Your dream, remember, it's yours. It's your life. Take control of it. Make sure what you do is a product of your own conclusion. So the life that you live, make sure that it's based off of what you formed, the ideas that you had, the opinions you had, and the vision you seen for yourself. Because I hear a lot of stories of a lot of people that say, well, I'm stuck here because I met her, or I'm stuck here because I'm with him, or I got kids, or it's this, or it's that. Everybody's blaming everybody else, but nobody ever really takes the time to look in the mirror and say, you know what, you had an ability to make a decision, you just made the wrong decision. You was trying to make someone else happy by doing what they wanted you to do, but in doing that, now you're miserable. And since you're miserable, misery loves company. So since you're miserable, your misery is going to trickle down and carry to them anyway. So it's just going to be a big circle. I guess that's why they say misery loves company, because you're just big ball of misery, right? So this is why it's important to take control of your mind, because if you don't take control of your mind and you release the right to someone else and you give them the ability to come into your head and affect your thoughts and your opinions and your ideas, then they have every right to do so. They really don't have the right, but if you release it to them, then they have the right. Because people's going to only do to you what you allow them to do, right? So know and understand that. I'm not afraid of losing. I have no problem losing. I have no fear. I only have ambition. I have no patience or tolerance for anyone who doubts me or doesn't believe in me. It's too hard out here. I know I was put here for a reason and a purpose. I'm going to go out here and I'm going to get mine, all right? So I have no fear. Maybe it's just the Louisville in me. Maybe it's the foundation of how I was raised. I'm not scared of anything. So knowing and understanding that, whenever I do win or whenever I do lose, I want to do it under my own terms and conditions. Because I don't want to lose based off a decision that you made or that someone else made, for that matter. Because I'm going to be frustrated with myself because I have my own intuition. You know, I have my own brain. I can think for myself. I could have formed my own conclusion, made my own decision, and I could have got a better result. So if you're not living the life you want, know that it has nothing to do with anybody else other than you're not taking control of yourself. You're not taking responsibility. You want to point the blame game. At some point, it's got to stop. At some point, you got to anchor down and be like, you know what, enough's enough. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I can't take this no more. So the way I live my life and the way that, you know, it's how I feel. About me being a man, if I wake up every morning and I go to sleep every night, in the in-between time, I'm doing exactly what I want to do, going where I want to go, that's a good day to me. I consider that being a man that stands on his own 2 feet, a man that can make decisions, that can see him through, good or bad, right or wrong. He's willing to accept the consequences for those actions, and he's not going to blame others for his inability to make the correct decision. He can stand in the fire and take the heat. He can hold himself to the fire instead of just holding other people to the fire, right? He can check himself before he checks other people. He makes sure his affairs are in order and that he's doing right before he goes and points out someone else's, all right? You know, I don't remember this because I wasn't alive for this part of the for our country's development. But I've read about it and I heard about it. Even the older generations, my parents and grandparents, they told me about it. They used to tell me about integrity and how a handshake was an agreement that you stuck to. And you see it through. We didn't need all of this paperwork or contract because people are so fake and phony now that you need them to sign a paper to commit to it. That they can't just be like, yes, I'm going to be there. Yes, I'm going to do it. Yes, I'm going to hold up to my end of the deal. We got away from that. We don't do things based off morals and values anymore. Now we do it on how people will perceive us, how they would judge us or fitting in. Or we do it based off of money. Imagine if we made money or if we got paid off of morals. You know, instead of having the paper dollar, what if we got paid off of morals? You know, if you do morally right things, you're more wealthy. You're more financially independent than the next person who is sitting here making biased decisions based off of their own biased perspective or whatever their own agenda is that they're trying to get out there. Then we would live in a much different place then, wouldn't we? People wouldn't rob, steal, and kill because it's morally wrong. But people rob, steal, and kill for money. And you need to understand that money is the root of all evil. It's the oil in the machine of an economy of a nation that you trade for services and goods. That's all money is. But now people have this, I gotta have all the money. I gotta have everything. I gotta have everything for myself, and I need everybody to get back. I need you to stay away from me because I need to have $100 billion, quadruple zillion dollars, even though I know you're starving. All right, that's morally wrong. All right, if you have all of this money and you see people hurting, help them out. Even if you don't have much, even if all you have is a shirt on your back to give, be willing to give it. We used to care about our neighbors. We cared about our neighborhoods. We cared about our children. These are the most important people on this earth. I'm sorry, there's nobody more important than our children because our children are the future of this world. So how can we not care about them? So if we don't care about our children, knowing that our children are the future, these are going to be the future doctors, lawyers, and politicians, and we're not investing any time, energy, and efforts into them, what happens when we get older and we're sick? The same kid that his mom ended up dying because she had cancer, and she couldn't afford the treatment because it was $90,000 to get cut on, and she didn't have $90,000 cash because most people don't. You know, and we understand that, you know, the medical field, it's money. You know, like, I don't feel that you should let a person die because they don't have 100 racks to give you to get cut on. I'm not saying that they should go in a ton of debt, but there should be some other system in place, right? It shouldn't be that, but yeah, if you come up with $90,000 check, then they be okay, 4 months, but then you come with 90 G's cash, it's like, all right, 5 days. That's just morally wrong, and a lot of people have died because of it, and that's very unfortunate. So we need to stick to our values. We need to stick to our beliefs and our principles. This is why it's so important to have faith. Because if we have faith, we know that there's a higher power at play, and we don't just live for ourselves. We live for our ultimate creator. The greatest gift our creator gave us is potential. The greatest gift we can give our creator is reaching our full potential to be who we was destined to be on this earth, because you are great. You are special. You are one of a kind. There's no more like you. Even if you have an identical twin, y'all ain't the same. Y'all just look alike. You have your own fingerprint. There's only one. You have it. No one else has that. That's your identity. You have your own dental records. Nobody else's is going to match yours. So know and understand that you are unique. You are special. Do you know how many things had to happen in perfect harmony and rhythm in order for you to be here? That your mom and dad met. That your grandparents met before that. Everything had to fall right into place for you to be here. So I don't feel as if I was here on accident. I feel that there's a reason that I'm here, that I have a much bigger purpose in life than to just sit here and go through life. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to be the best person I can be. All right, stand for what you believe in, even if you stand alone. I stand for my beliefs, and I'm willing to die for it. I'm not willing to sacrifice my happiness. I'm not even willing to meet you halfway in the middle. I'm not even willing to compromise. I'm not compromising my dream for no one. Why? Because my dream is a much bigger dream than just mine. Because my dream is going to open up the doors for a lot of boys and girls, men and women. So since I know and understand that God put me here for a much bigger purpose than to just serve me and be selfish or use my muscles to go work in some factory or, you know, even play football, he took me out of that element. He removed me from those situations because I feel that there's a greater cause for me to be here. And there's a greater cause for you to be here, but only if you believe it. But before anybody else believes in you, you got to believe it. It's your boy LVC coming to you. Dream Chasers, we got dreams.